I am making bread pudding today. This is one of our family cookbooks that our family puts out. This is the basis for the recipe. I use it as my guideline. Anyways, so here I will type it out for you. I'm actually doing a triplicate of this recipe today because I plan to take it to 2 other families. So last night I did a midnight run to Walmart, and I get the French bread, so it's $1, and I picked up 4 loaves. You can just rip it apart. So it's a great kind of activity to do with the kids. I already preheated the oven up to 350. I don't know the origins of bread pudding. I know that I could gain like 30 pounds on bread pudding. So I try to only make it once a week. You don't have to have fresh bread. Stale bread, which is great because then you can get that kind of discount next day bread. There's people, you can use regular sliced white bread. You can use anything you have left over. This is definitely meager means kind of bread. And oh my goodness, it is to die for. You have it on ice cream or with a syrup. It's awesome. So I'm just going to tear apart instead of cutting it up. Okay. And in some ways it's pretty much French toast casserole. Alright, I always do this, and then I realize, I maybe should have not put the bread in and mixed everything up first. But it doesn't, I do it all the time, it doesn't matter. Okay, so in the recipe it called for 6 slices. Obviously I'm not using 6 slices. Okay. So I'm going to use just 3 loaves. And this one I'm making with blueberries and pecans. So, the main part of the portions is like 2 cups of milk. And I think it called for 2 eggs. Eggshell. I'm just dumping my shells in the sink. Kind of reminds me of like those temples in Asia. An egg on the side of his bowl. Alrighty. I'll get better. So this is my first cooking video. My bread pudding, when I make it for my kids, I actually use extra egg. Because these are fresh eggs. My power just went out. You gotta be kidding me. I might not be making bread pudding. Man, I wonder how long until it comes back on. Did we blow a fuse, or is the whole house?
The whole house so far that I can tell. Let me check.
Dog nabbit.
I'm gonna turn on the other.
Well, thankfully. Full house. I'm going to keep going with it because it can turn back on, no problem. There it is, see? Remember, very lightly. Favorite milk. Favorite dairy milk. We like this milk. It's actually not... We got to do a farm tour. And they don't over-pasteurize their milk. So it has more protein. So my little lactose intolerant daughter can tolerate it better. The whole goal is just kind of like French toast. It's just going to get wet. So I'm going to add my salt. My salt is 1/4 teaspoon. So this is 1/4. So I'm going to put about 3 servings in there. My vanilla calls for 1 teaspoon. Might be more. And I always use the pure vanilla. Get that mixed in. One thing I've learned, don't put the cinnamon in there. Don't put the cinnamon in here. Put it in the bread. Learn that one. Okay. Now I need the sugar. And it's calling for a cup and a cup and a quarter per. Who am I kidding? So 1, 2, 3, good old white sugar, and a half. Yeah, see, I couldn't have done that in the bowl with the bread. I gotta do this separate, and I always forget. Always forget. My butter was hard, but I stuck it over the burner while the oven was warming up. So, see. You can see the precision taking place here. This is why this is such a good recipe. Ooh, I'm surprised it didn't splash. My favorite thing to do with all of my kids, because there's just so many people to feed at my house, is to figure out what I can make once, but make enough many times, so then I don't have to cook again. Okay. I think that cold milk has gone and hardened my butter up again. Okay. Alright. Here's my blueberries. We picked these last week, just a couple days ago. But I went ahead and froze them, because otherwise I'd have no blueberries this year because I'd eat them all. I'm taking my blueberries. So this is a quart bag, and I get 1.5 pounds in a quart bag. So I'm just putting, aren't they beautiful? They're so beautiful. Save some for me to munch on later. Alright, like I said, cinnamon. The recipe says for each round you put about 1/2 teaspoon in, but I mean, recipes are just suggestions in my book. Alright. That's my pecans. I get, you know, that's on my Sam's list. I like that section now. And I kind of put them in whole because I have some small children who like to pull them out. I put them in whole because I have small children who like to pull them out and not eat them. And I don't mind because then it's easy and then I get to eat them. So, hence why I have such a big bowl. You know, and it doesn't really matter the size of them. I just want to get these broken up. I'd have the kids do it, but this is their breakfast. They wouldn't be too happy having to wait. So, here we go. So now I'm going to pour. Listen, see, that's butter. That's sugar and all that. Yes, lots of sugar. So that's what makes it good, but you don't need a syrup. So think of it as French toast, that you don't need syrup. You can eat it in hand. So here it is. I just poured in all of the mixture. If it doesn't get it all wet, I'm gonna have to add more milk. So here's my milk. I'm literally, it does go through a lot of milk, but it's so good. I got plenty of egg in there. So it's just soaking it all in. Oop. And you could save the blueberries and the pecans later for putting it on the top. So this is awesome. You can make it ahead. I froze it and let it thaw out overnight, and it turned out really good. This is a good one if you are just in a mess of bread and you want something quick and easy and enjoyable. So it counts as a dessert. Oops. Just make sure it counts as a dessert or breakfast. Okay, so that's about nice and soggy. My bread's all broken up. Here's my butter that I melted earlier. I'm going to use that to grease my pans. My butter's still kind of chunky in there. That's okay. I'll just kind of fill it up. If you want fluffy, don't push it down. I have to tell you when it's done baking how long it took me to make, because I don't ever time it. I don't know, I always wait till it looks good. It looks yummy. Yeah, that doesn't look that yummy right now, does it? It's alright. Alright, so I'm going to put it in the oven when the oven's preheated. Alright, so this is after it's done. There's the after one. I still have to put this one in the oven. It takes about 30 minutes, but the smell is good. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
It is good. So there you have it. My third pan's taking a little longer because it's our pan and it's filled a lot higher. But so it puffs up and it's really, I don't know if you can tell, but it's very kind of mushy now. Soft, and so I like ours. I keep it uncovered so it's crunchy on the top and soft and yummy inside.